Hi, Rich Carrubba for bowlingball.com. I want to talk to you highly skilled players. You're very good competitive players. You compete in tournaments. You're experienced. You may even be champions. But still, everybody, regardless of how good you are, you could be the greatest bowler on the PBA Tour or someone aspiring to get to that level. What's most important is when you're not bowling well, how can you give yourself a little quick tune-up? What can you do to get your game back in shape to go prepare for competition? One thing is you need to divide your practice sessions into 5 or 6 important categories. So if you're going to bowl for an hour, you spend a little bit of time on each of those things that are important to your game. It can vary from bowler to bowler, so it's not categorical, but nevertheless, there are some generalities that you should follow. Don't overlook the simple things. Don't overlook the basics. You got to tune up what got you good. You got to get back to what you can do the best, and then you can make adjustments more effectively in competition. But if your game isn't tuned up and you go to try to make adjustments, it's a struggle, I can assure you. So first, let's talk about your setup on the approach. Make sure that your shoulder levels are squared away, or at least in a position, if you happen to drop your bowling shoulder lower than the opposite shoulder normally, make sure you don't over-exaggerate that, because even an inch extra drop bowling shoulder can reroute the swing path of your swing slightly, and it can even affect turning the release early. There are times that can happen. So make sure you know precisely how you're setting up your spine angle, the shoulder tilt angle, the amount of flex in your knees, and try to make sure that your legs are relaxed before you begin the approach and there's no tension. Get your weight balanced. If you're a 5-step bowler, most of the weight should probably be on your right foot so the left foot can move smoothly. If you're a 4-step bowler, a little more weight maybe on your left foot so your right foot doesn't jump or surge out. Those are little tips that might help. Now on your footwork, reduce the tension in your legs, because that's the first thing that makes people bolt out of the first step or two of the approach, or you start digging in so tightly and then maybe you hurry your steps and don't keep a smooth tempo. It's really tough to be careful not to hurry the last 2 steps, because then you hurry your swing and your release, and you want to make a precise release. The object is to give yourself the same amount of lapse time on every approach you take, from the time you begin the first step to you complete your slide. The big muscles in your legs should be come into play. That's where you generate your power, so make sure your knees are flexed in your setup. Now, and also during your footwork, if you start straightening up or pushing off your back leg too violently and you don't use your big muscles right, you're going to impair the ability to make good shots. And while you're practicing, it's a good technique to walk softly. Pretend like you're just walking on air softly, so you don't hurry your steps, your legs are relaxed, and you can wait for your swing. Because in competition, when you get tight, that changes. Keep your balance. That's the third thing. Work on that upper torso, the upper body balance. When you set your spine angle, you begin walking, try to eliminate as much movement as possible until the ball's gone and you've released your ball, you're following through, and you're watching it roll down the lane. The head is very important too. Keep your head as steady as possible with your eyes focused on your target. And try to make sure that you maintain a consistent elevation from the floor and you're not moving during that critical moment of release. Now with your swing, work on a consistent trigger to initiate the swing. That's your timing, isn't it? Depending on your type of push away or the beginning of your swing, make sure you get it smoothly and synchronized with the beginning of your approach the way you do it best. And you want to practice those things with some conscious thought for 5 or 10 minutes to get that swing into effect. And as the ball starts swinging back, make sure when it gets to the top of your backswing, you don't hurry it through. You don't grab the ball at the top of the backswing, trying to hurry it through and put more release on it, because as soon as you introduce tension and you grab the ball with your bowling hand before it starts going forward, you can bet you're going to fire your hip and your bowling shoulder a little bit too quickly and maybe overturn the ball or not release it quite effectively. So try to work on that, the rhythm of your swing, the direction of your swing, and the timing or initiation process of your swing. Your release, make sure that you clear the thumb at the same moment of release at the release point down near the sliding shoe of your bowling shoe as your hand enters the releasing zone. Try not to hang on one long and get out of one earlier. Get the same amount of loft consistently where you can produce it 10 times in a row. One tip that will help you is to try to repeat the same ball speed over and over so you get the same moment of release, and make sure that thumb clears effectively and you're satisfied so you're not turning the ball too soon. You don't rotate the hand and the fingers over too quickly. It's real important to regulate the release just as it is your footwork and your swing. So those are some things that you need to pay attention to while you're bowling. And finally, finishing and focusing on your target. Hold your form as long as possible. Some bowlers can hold it a long time, some less. But what you want to do is if you're hurrying your approach and you're rushing the last 2 steps and you're falling off balance, your release is going to suffer and so will your accuracy. So you want to work on that. Hold your form till the ball passes your target down the lane. If you're sighting at the arrows or in that vicinity, once you see it, then you can move. Try to hold your form like you're posing for a photograph for a magazine, for example. That's a good way to do it. Also, keep your eyes on your target. I would focus on your target very aggressively, full concentration, so you can send a signal to your hand. Your mind sends a signal to your hand where you want that ball to go. You want to improve your accuracy. That's one way to do it. So we recommend also you see a coach, your own personal instructor. Maybe it's your pro shop operator. Maybe you have a coach. Maybe you just have a teammate that watches you bowl. But get together with your team and make sure you're tuned up in bowling as well as possible before you go to your next competition. Hope some of these tips help you. Remember, a little discipline, a little practice helps too. Thank you.